Om Ganganapate Nama, Sri Gurubhyo Nama, hariom. The issue is to example to correlate, to illustrate the profound truth of the eternal principle vis-a-vis the mundane domain. Actually, Vedanta, it is very tough. Actually, in the sense, no. One thing is to that infinite reality which is denoted vis-a-vis its formations. At the macro level, the gross elements, or the micro level, the body, the mind, intellect, prana, and the three states of being, three states: wake, dream, deep sleep. All these are have got a bearing, correlated. That's why in scriptures often these examples are quoted. This is for easier comprehension. Otherwise, to correlate to a human mind, it is that's why actually it is called buddhi grahyam atindriyam. To correlate that one is slightly as it is, it is to comprehend it is looks to be a little bit difficult. Now that's why to drive home the point in Vedanta, in our scriptures, time and again the analogy, the contrast, the parallel is presented through some illustrative examples, because Bhagavad Gita is full of such things in all of our holy texts. Examples are driven. Now we'll just this is for easier comprehension. Now we'll just take one by one. The so-called, it is said that the Brahman, Aham, and that God principle is indicated as Brahman or Paramatma, but that Paramatma is it is the word is indicator, but indicated is that existence, Jnana, Prakasha, and Shakti, and this is indicated. Then the God principle means it got to be omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Then how to start with, how to understand that one, because now what we are now having the God notion is that okay, God is Ishvara and some incarnation thing is there, but these are all only pointers, indicators of that great glory of the God. Now that is now how to start with it. Now it is equated to Akasha, Akashavat. Akasha means all pervading. It cannot be conditioned by the the elements: water, fire, and earth. So Akasha means it is somehow untainted, immutable. That's called Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. Only thing is it is Shuddha and Mukta is very much comprehensible. Buddha means awareness. From a Vedic point of view, awareness has got a thing. Awareness is the ability to say I am, because thing whatever unaware it cannot say. So that way it is a closer. All these are also a closer thing. We should not have a one-to-one correlation. So Akasha starts for that God principle, that is the Akashavata. Because it is everywhere, ever present, everywhere present, and everything is operating. It is Achalam, because it is everywhere, no moving. So all that God attributes is valid to Akasha. Now it is said that Akasha and that God principle is Aham, is owes to that God principle immediate expression of God, this Aham principle. Now Aham, then how do we, because Aham got all the attributes of God, because God is Prajna. Now this Aham is also endowed with the God principles of aham. Because everybody, that aham, yes, it is awareness, it is existence. So now how do we connect it? Connect it. Then we always the easiest thing is two three are there, like a light. Light is on the above our head. Now we are holding a template or stencil or some etched thing with the with the letters Siam. Then the rest of the thing is opaque. The thing. Now the light beams down with that word I am. So that I am, the light other side has no, is not word, it is everywhere. Now the light localized to this slide downstream, it is as if light has become a word. So that I am word, it is ejecting, it is beaming out on the forehead. So this is because the word light in the thing as an attribute, it is very much light. It is not existing apart from the light. Only thing is that is unlimited, this is limited. Now this slide if we are moving, then it will move. It will move, but the source is fixed. So that kind of thing is, this is closer. Like and then the another thing would be as ink. Suppose if God were to be ink, with ink we have two letters we have inked. Now the ink is directly operating as the inked words. Now the attributes of ink are very much in the inked word. So this is only to drive out, because the human being depicts knowledge. He is existent. I know I am existing. That I have awareness. Awareness is God. So this is a quietly, because the scriptures say Atma or me are one and same. Jivatma, Ahamatma, then Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. All these have to be means to connect. These examples help us. So that is a thing. Now that Shakti. Now Shakti, and as we say Shiva, Shakti, they are one. Not that they were two. We are trying to correlate as one. They are one. It appears as if two. Because God principle is such, there cannot be anything other than the God. So nothing, everything should go to God. They are only God. Because He is one without second, Ekameva Advayam Brahma. So that kind of a thing, God principle, it got to be one. So if anything second is there, Dvitiyat Bhava, it loses its thing. So it is existence, knowledge, light and power. Now how do we see this light and its thing? It is like sun, heat and light. They are one and same. And or fire, heat and light one and same. The power. But now now the power, as we know, if God principle jnana is equal to that seagull like constant light, then D is equal to mc square, Shakti, power. Then Shiva, Shakti is one and same, Ardhanarishwara. But it is not that they two are one. It is one, that consciousness which appears as if two. Now how do we, the closest example, suppose we have some metal, and it is now metal has formed a shape of some knife or some weapon. It has got power to do. It can cut it. Now the power, it is the same metal in the form of a tool, knife or anything. Now it has power now to cut. Now it is a Shakti. Now that metal which is suppose in any iron mass, in whichever way, it is the substratum. But then this same metal as a knife, now it can be used to cut vegetables, some power it has got. Now we should not say power and suppose the metal mass is Shiva and the knife are two but one. No, no, it is only the metal which is operating as a metal. It is a jnana, and metal assumed that form, assumed that thing to with the edge. Now that is power. So these are the, then we will not be distinguishing it. We will not distinguish. Then the outer forms are only to convey the grosser state for easier thing what we see. So otherwise Shivam Shantam Advaitam, but that which is non-dual. Satyam Shivam Sundam. Satya means existence. Because normally this terminology from the worldly plane, Satya means which is truth. Truth means untruth, truth. But from the Vedantic point of view, Satya means Satya or Sthiti or Astitva or Uniki. This is existence. There is an existence, omnipresence. That is existence, that is Satya. Now that kind of a, and then that only, there cannot be anything existing. Now that jnana, which is directly operating as I am, is immediate expression. That's why jnana has imported this. I am imported the awareness. So because only contrast is it is all pervading voluminous. It is localized in the being. And what is Ishvara? What God Saguna form. Ishvara is the God minuscule is I am. And because Jnana. Now Ishvara is Sarvajna, Sarvavyapi, Sarvashakti. So Ishvara is that big I am. This is what Bhagavad Gita God expresses wherever he says I am. He had shown his Virat Rupa, his all-pervasive true self. That is, he is completely spread over all the 14 lokas, 3 worlds. He is that Vamana avatar also. He shows the 2, then 3rd feet. He has pervaded. He has all pervading. So that I am. This example can be Jiva, Ishvara, and God or Paramatma is very, very open land is there. That is Paramatma. And there is a venture layout 1 kilometer radius, that is Ishvara. There is a plot 100 meters radius. So if we take the analogy, the clay is a power jnana. The jnana localized to jnana means it has to say I am, because otherwise how it has got how it can be a non-jnana. The entities which have, they are unable to say, they are inert. Inert means they can't say I am. Jnana means it should be able to say I am. Now this jnana localized to the plot, it says I am. And then the jnana, but its boundaries are the 100 meters. The jnana localized to that 1 kilometer radius, that is Ishvara, is I am big. That I am big is what God time and again in Krishna, Lord Krishna has pronounced I am, Mam Ishwaram, Yobi Janati Tam Sarvakarma Vimuchyate. That is said that whosoever is aware of he is that macro, because I am macro, then he is relieved from the conditioning of the karma. So God is aware of it. The contrast again is God, it is a macro player. Jiva is a micro player. Now what is this macro player is Maya. Maya means measurement, because that is without any beyond any boundaries. Once it is measured, it is a 1 kilometer, it is a measurement, it has come. That measurement, here it has, it is jnana means it has to say I am. So that kind of a thing, that is called Maya. And the being, micro, it is called avidya, means ignorance. Because the Ishvara, whosoever that I am big, downstream he is that Maya, Maya, there is avidya operates. It is its weapon, like Sri Ramakrishna says, as poison is to a snake. It doesn't bite it, but like that, jiva is avidya. Avidya means where his ignorance and projection. This is what is he is unaware of the his back end reality, and Ishvara knows back end reality. Now he can operate downstream, and now he is the thing. Then he can operate the. He can also revel in his self. That's why we see Shiva, Vishnu. They are meditating. They are connected to things. They like a jail superintendent. They enter jail. They exit it, and they wield power. So that's why Maya we say. So that means they have two-way entry and exit, and Jiva he is only confined. Now with Viveka he has to make an effort to cross his boundaries. That is the thing. Now now the formation. Now we have seen power, Shakti, Jnana, and Jnana is revealing as I am. Then that is big Ishvara, and Jnana, and he is Sarvajna, means he is that macro awareness, Sarvavyapi, that's the thing. Then Sarva Shakti, that Ishvara was to Shakti. That Shakti is what? This, it is like that thing we have seen that metal piece, metal, Jnana, if we say that same is to do some karya. We can just, the closest thing is metal is as a weapon, tool, a knife. Now it can help, it is only an analogy, it is only drishtanta to convey that it's other, its formation, its alternate perception is alternate way is as a Shakti. So they are one and same. So thing. Now what are the five gross elements of the Shakti? Now if this example is only to convey, then Shiva, Shakti, Jnana and Shakti are one and same, that analogy. Now the Maya, Avidya, what we have said, the Maya's tool. Maya, part of the Maya is Avidya. That Avidya, Avarana and projection, that is a schematic. That formation said, the first formations are subtle elements. Those subtle elements, there is a amalgamation, there is Panchakarana, that has given finally that has given that appears as the gross elements where we are situated. Now these gross elements, we can make an analogy. There is a ether, and there is a displacement, it become air. That air, that rubbing friction, it is for Ushna, heat, and that has cooled like that. Then it is water, apaha, then it has solidified. Then it is Prithvi. So science also uphold that energy and matter, energy's expression is matter, matter owes to energy, because energy, suppose earth is there, it is nothing but all elements, it is a carbon, iron, silk and whatnot, all those things, they trace to energy. Now energy cannot be destroyed, energized entities can be destroyed. That's what is. Now all the solid, liquid, gas, they owe to that energy. So that energy is imperishable. Now this extends to, now coming to the human. Now this macro that is happening, then a human being, same, that five elements, they are that part of it. That is a micro. The same gross elements, constituents, his body is made up of it. Because the difference is that is atoms, this is cells. So many trillions of cells has taken the form of a human being, and then this human being also, then there is a prana. This prana also owes to that same conscious energy, consciousness for its functioning through subtle body prana. It can be, the analogy could be like a pumping. It is only to convey example as we had started, convey that it is it is a pumping action. It is sucking and inhale and exhale, and prana we know from the science, it is doing all physiological functions. Then there are action organs. This can be, it is only two. They are giving locomotive mobility, like a motoring action, like sense organs, like a camera, and light, like action organs, like that motor, and to a rotating fan. So we can like that example. Then what about the main thing, mind? Mind, if we get the closest example would be a film reel, the yesteryears. Film reel has been, that film reel is inert, it is transported in a box, it is fed to two rollers up and down. Then left side there is a lamp. Now we have seen the hariom is nothing but the lamp, the light beaming from a slide. If you overhead there is a, if you visualize overhead, there is a template or slide or stencil etching, etched with letters hariom, and now that light outside comes down the forend as hariom light. This light, assuming this light is falling on the film reel, the content of the film reel are manifested. They are nothing but the lit names and forms, because this is very close to our dream. In dream also it is light and play of light, and that light appears to be emotions, gross thing. It is outside, same panorama. So that light is so this is another thing is, I think it would be like a light, white light for impinging on the prism. It is VBR, like that. So this hariom light, assuming it has fallen, it is so it is falling on a prism, then the VBR. So the content of suppose like that. It is only an analogy. The film reel, see the forend of the film reel is all names and forms, hero, heroine, lake, car, food, everything, whatever, thief, police, everything is only film. But this is the closest example. And the whatsoever manifested, they are inert, they are known. Here the body is inert, the five elements are inert, and then this film reel, our emotions are thing, all perceptions are inert. Now this way, these analogies help to only to correlate the thing. Now the happening of the body, the entire the planet, it is suspended with twin motion, can be equal to, it is rotating around itself and rotating around sun, could be equated to a flight moving in space, or a bird in a thing in space, or a submarine in a sea, fish in a sea, cloud in sky. So this can be visualized to that kind of a thing, to correlate how the God principle rest all the equipment. Now one thing is this being, the I am, as we have seen, it is fed to the light, is fed to the mind. But then this is one feeder, one stream in wake, and in this wake, that mind is this, our body is connected to the mind. This mind, body, that prana, which is keeping the, it is also subtle body, and because subtle body is one, mind it is a part, it is extension of the mind is subtle body, this prana, and prana, mind are same. It is mind. There is 19 constituents, prana 5, and action organs 5, sense organs 5, and 4 our inner instrument. These are 9 varied facets of the mind. So in wake, this I am light, it is which is illumining the mind, and that mind, once it is activated, it is connected with the prana, so body. Now, as you know, this can be equated to a person from entering in wake state is entering into a film studio where the body is his costume and mind is his subtle body, and there are script related this one. Now, as he moves out of the film city, that is the equation, then he sheds this body, is decoupled, the named entity is decoupled, and then he bears a name as far as the script is concerned. That is what is Sudhakar or some XYZ name tag one carries. It is the what is the name given to a actor. He is unnamed person, but he carries the name. Now this entire thing is decoupled once he goes into a dream. That is another film studio. That film studio, he has no this body, wake state body, mind, they are not there. This entire script is not there. There it is a dream mind, dream subtle body. That I am light. Now this in dream, it is fed to that it activates that dream mind. There dream emotions, dream world. Now that also one transcends, it goes into deep sleep. There is no mind, no body, and it is only unto itself, and that is it could be equal to ignorance. Somebody given a anesthesia or something which he is unaware, but he exists, he experiences bliss. Now the back end I am is presiding over the tri state, and then this fore end, it is having 3 streams, 3 feeders. One is body, named entity, mind, and then his script related, then dream, deep sleep. So this could be equated to a person playing 3 roles in 3 shifts in a film, like a studio 1, 2, and third no activity. So that kind of a thing. This is analogy broadly, just to convey that background reality and thing, and it can be further subtle way unfolded. We'll see. This is only to guide in our sadhana. What is otherwise? It is subject is such a and the Brahma Satyam Jagan Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. Jiva Brahma. How do we equate it? Now Jiva is today connected to the known domain. So all these things. Now how do you break it? It is said that God is very much this also, like ocean waves. So like that, all else, all other than I am, it is just reflections of that God principle. We will further take it up more subtle. Hariom.